On March 17, 2025, beneath the Arctic ice pack, 340 nautical miles north of Svalbard, an unprecedented event was unfolding. Two advanced attack submarines, the USS Colorado, a $3.5 billion Virginia-class hunter, and Russia's Kazan, a $1.6 billion Yasen-M class, were converging on the Lomonosov Ridge. This underwater mountain range, recently exposed by melting ice, held an estimated $1.3 trillion in rare earth minerals and natural gas deposits. For 72 hours, two apex predators stalked each other in one of Earth's most hostile environments, with water temperatures around -1.8 degrees Celsius and shifting ice overhead. At 0847 hours, the American captain detected the faint acoustic signature of a Russian submarine just 8,000 meters away, leading to 47 minutes of intense submarine warfare. In this deadly game beneath the ice, a single mistake could mean death for 134 souls and determine control of the Arctic's frozen treasures for the next century. How do submarines hunt each other under solid ice? Which nation's technology would prove superior in the world's most unforgiving battlefield? Join me in discovering the truth behind 47 minutes that changed Arctic warfare forever. March 17, 2025, 0615 hours. The USS Colorado glided through the black water at 12 knots, 380 meters below the Arctic ice pack. At 377 feet long and displacing 7,800 tons, she was a technological marvel powered by an S-9G nuclear reactor generating 40,000 shaft horsepower, enough to circumnavigate the globe 33 times without surfacing. Commander Sarah "Ice" Winters commanded 134 of the Navy's most elite submariners, each trained on systems that represented the cutting edge of underwater warfare technology. The Virginia-class submarine's greatest weapon is its silence. Its pump jet propulsor removes cavitation noise, while anechoic coating absorbs enemy sonar. With an acoustic signature of just 95 decibels at cruising speed, it remains undetectable. The Colorado's ANBQQ-10 sonar suite detects targets beyond 100 nautical miles, and the photonics mast offers 360-degree high-definition imaging. Armed with 12 Tomahawk cruise missiles and 26 Mk-48 AD-cap torpedoes worth $4.7 million each, it can also launch special operations forces via a dry deck shelter. But the Colorado's most critical advantage in Arctic warfare was her ice penetration sonar, upward-looking arrays that could map the ice canopy above with centimeter precision, identifying polynyas, open water areas, and thin ice suitable for emergency surfacing. In the Arctic, where the ice could shift and close in minutes, this capability meant the difference between survival and becoming entombed forever beneath the frozen ocean. Unknown to Commander Winters, her ghost was being hunted by an even deadlier predator. 0623 hours. 47 nautical miles to the northeast, Captain First Rank Dmitry Volkov studied the sonar display aboard the Kazan, a Yasen-M class submarine designed to challenge American undersea dominance. At 139 meters, she featured 32 vertical launch tubes for Kaliber cruise missiles, P-800 Onyx anti-ship missiles, and 3 M22 Zircon hypersonic weapons, along with 10 533mm torpedo tubes capable of firing Type 65 torpedoes and Physik-1 anti-submarine missiles that could target enemies up to 50 kilometers away. The Kazan's MGK-600 Irtish Amphora sonar system was among the most sophisticated in the world, capable of detecting the faint thermal signatures of enemy submarines by measuring minute temperature variations in the water. Her hull was coated with advanced rubber tiles that not only absorbed sonar, but also reduced her own acoustic signature to levels comparable to American submarines, a technological leap that Western intelligence had not anticipated. Captain Volkov had received his orders directly from Northern Fleet Command: secure the Lomonosov Ridge survey site, gather intelligence on American Arctic capabilities, and be prepared to engage if the Americans violated Russian territorial claims. The Kazan had been tracking unusual acoustic activity in the region for 48 hours, building a complete tactical picture of what Volkov suspected was an American Virginia-class submarine conducting its own survey operations. If you were commanding one of these submarines in the Arctic, would you risk detection to gather intelligence or maintain absolute silence? Tell me in the comments. For the next 2 hours, the two most advanced attack submarines on Earth engaged in a technological chess match that pushed the boundaries of undersea warfare. Both submarines employed every stealth technique in their arsenals, ultra-quiet operations, minimal maneuvering, and sophisticated signal processing to filter out the cacophony of Arctic background noise, cracking ice, shifting pressure ridges, and the biological sounds of marine life. The Colorado's sonar team, led by Senior Chief Petty Officer Marcus Chen, searched the ocean with active and passive arrays, but the Russian submarine eluded detection due to advanced stealth systems. In contrast, the Kazan sonar operators successfully tracked the stealth target using thermal detection, a technique still emerging for Western navies. 0847 hours. The first crack in the technological stalemate appeared when the Colorado's towed array sonar detected an anomalous contact bearing 047 degrees, range 8,000 meters. The signature was faint, barely above the noise threshold, but consistent with a large submarine attempting to remain hidden. Con sonar, came the report over the intercom. Possible subsurface contact bearing 047, range 8,000 meters. Signature consistent with Russian Yasen class. Confidence level 72%. Commander Winters studied the tactical display with growing concern. A Russian submarine this close to their position was no coincidence. Somehow, the Kazan had found them despite their stealth measures. She faced a critical decision: maintain silence and risk closer detection, or take action to gain tactical advantage. Sonar, connect, go active. Single ping, low frequency. Let's see what we're dealing with. The decision to go active was calculated risk. It would reveal the Colorado's position, but it would also provide definitive information about the contact. In submarine warfare, information was survival. The active sonar pulse propagated through the water at 1,500 meters per second, a powerful acoustic wave that painted everything within 20,000 meters with startling clarity. Aboard the Kazan, the pulse arrival was like a searchlight suddenly illuminating a darkened room. "Captain, we are being actively pinged by American submarine," reported the sonar officer. "They have detected us. Range 7,800 meters, bearing 227. Captain Volkov's expression remained calm, but his mind raced through tactical options. The Americans had revealed their position, which meant they were either confident in their superiority or desperate for information. Either way, the game had changed. Weapons officer, prepare Type 65 torpedoes, tubes 1 and 2. Set for passive homing. Enable only on my command. Helm, come to course 240, speed 8 knots. Take us under the pressure ridge at bearing 265. The Kazan turned toward a massive underwater ice formation, a pressure ridge extending 40 meters below the surface, created where two ice floes had collided and buckled. The ridge would mask the submarine's acoustic signature and provide tactical cover for the next phase of the engagement. 0852 hours. Aboard the Colorado, the sonar picture was becoming clearer. The Russian submarine was maneuvering toward the pressure ridge, a classic defensive tactic that would make tracking more difficult. Con, sonar, contact is maneuvering. New course 240, speed approximately 8 knots. He's heading for the pressure ridge. Commander Winters made her decision. Helm, come to course 255, increase speed to 15 knots. Weapons, make tubes 1 and 2 ready in all respects, Mk-48 ADCAP wire-guided mode. The Colorado accelerated, her pump jet propulsor pushing her through the water with increasing urgency. The tactical situation was evolving rapidly. Both submarines were now aware of each other, both were maneuvering for advantage, and both were preparing weapons for potential engagement. Before you discover what happens next, please support us by liking and subscribing to the channel. 0857 hours. The game of cat and mouse intensified as both submarines employed increasingly aggressive tactics. The Colorado launched a mobile decoy, a sophisticated device that mimicked her acoustic signature while transmitting false sonar returns. The decoy moved away from the submarine at 12 knots, creating the illusion that the Colorado was heading in a different direction. Captain Volkov recognized the tactic immediately. Sonar, that is a decoy. Maintain track on primary contact. Do not be deceived by American tricks. The Kazan's advanced signal processing filtered out the decoy's signature, maintaining lock on the real American submarine. But Volkov had his own tricks. He ordered the launch of 2 Physic-1 anti-submarine missiles, not to attack, but to force the American captain to react and reveal her intentions. 0901 hours. Aboard the Colorado, alarms wailed as the sonar team detected the missile launches. Con, sonar, 2 underwater missile launches from contact. Bearing 048, assess as Physic-1 anti-submarine missiles. The Physic-1 was a terrifying weapon. Launched from a torpedo tube, it would rise to the surface, break through the ice if necessary, fly through the air at 700 miles per hour, then re-enter the water near its target and function as a homing torpedo. The Colorado had seconds to react. Emergency deep, all ahead flank, deploy countermeasures. Commander Winter's orders were crisp and immediate. The Virginia-class submarine dove toward the ocean floor, her reactor pushing maximum power to the propulsor. Simultaneously, she launched acoustic countermeasures, devices that created false targets and jammed enemy homing systems. 0903 hours. The Physic-1 missiles broke through the ice canopy in twin geysers of shattered ice and seawater, their rocket motors igniting as they transitioned to air-breathing mode. For 40 seconds, they flew above the frozen ocean before diving back through the ice and re-entering the water 3,000 meters from the Colorado's last known position. But the American submarine was no longer there. Commander Winters had executed a radical maneuver, a high-speed turn combined with a depth change that put her submarine in the acoustic shadow of an underwater canyon. The Physic-1 missiles, their sonar confused by the countermeasures and the complex underwater terrain, circled briefly before their fuel expired, and they sank harmlessly to the ocean floor. 0908 hours. Captain Volkov realized his missiles had missed, but the engagement had provided valuable intelligence. The American submarine was fast, well-trained, and equipped with excellent countermeasures. A direct confrontation would be costly for both sides. Sonar, do you still hold contact? Negative, Captain. Contact lost in the canyon acoustic shadow. Last known position bearing 232, range 6,000 meters. Volkov studied the tactical display, considering his options. The mission was to secure the survey site, not to sink American submarines, unless absolutely necessary. But he needed to establish dominance, to make clear that Russia would not be intimidated in Arctic waters it considered its own. Weapons officer, prepare to fire 1 Type 65 torpedo, set for active homing, target the canyon area. This will be a warning shot. Set the warhead to safe. We will demonstrate our capability without escalating to actual combat. 0912 hours. The Type 65 torpedo launched from the Kazan with a burst of compressed air, its 533mm diameter making it one of the largest torpedoes in service. Even with its 450-kilogram warhead set to safe, the torpedo's active sonar would reveal the Colorado's position if it achieved lock. Aboard the American submarine, the sonar team detected the launch immediately. Con, sonar, torpedo in the water, bearing 051, range 5,000 meters, assess as Type 65, active homing mode. Commander Winters had anticipated this possibility. Launch mobile target, program it to simulate our signature. Helm, come to course 180, speed 20 knots. Take us under the ice ridge at bearing 195. The Colorado's mobile target, a sophisticated decoy worth $380,000, moved away from the submarine while broadcasting acoustic signals identical to a Virginia-class submarine. Meanwhile, the real Colorado raced toward the protection of another ice formation. 0915 hours. The Type 65 torpedo's active sonar painted the mobile target and its guidance system locked on. The torpedo accelerated to 50 knots, closing rapidly on what it believed was an American submarine. When it reached the target coordinates, its proximity sensor detected the decoy and, with its warhead set to safe, simply circled the area, its fuel gradually depleting. Captain Volkov smiled grimly. The Americans had evaded his warning shot, but both sides had now demonstrated their capabilities. The message was clear. Neither submarine could achieve easy victory, and any actual combat would likely result in mutual destruction. 0923 hours. Commander Winters made a strategic decision. The Colorado had gathered extensive intelligence on Russian Arctic capabilities, confirmed the presence of the Kazan, and demonstrated American resolve. Continuing the engagement risked escalation that neither nation wanted. Helm, come to course 310, speed 12 knots. Take us toward the Polinia at grid reference Alpha 7. We're going to surface, transmit our intelligence, and let Washington decide the next move. 0934 hours. The Colorado rose slowly toward the ice canopy, her upward-looking sonar identifying a polynya, an area of open water large enough for surfacing. As she broke through into the Arctic air, her communications mast extended, transmitting encrypted data to a satellite overhead. Simultaneously, 12 nautical miles away, the Kazan was conducting her own intelligence transmission, surfacing briefly through thin ice to upload data to Russian military satellites. The 47-minute engagement had ended not with victory or defeat, but with mutual respect and a clear understanding. The Arctic had become the world's most dangerous submarine battlefield, where American and Russian technology were evenly matched, and where any future conflict would be decided not by superior equipment, but by superior tactics, training, and the courage of the crews who operated these incredible machines. The geopolitical consequences were immediate. Both nations now understood that Arctic dominance could not be achieved through military force alone. The engagement led to emergency diplomatic channels opening between Washington and Moscow, resulting in the Arctic Resources Agreement of 2025, a framework for shared development of Arctic resources and protocols to prevent submarine incidents from escalating into actual warfare. For Commander Winters and Captain Volkov, the engagement became a classified legend within their respective submarine forces, a reminder that in the silent service, the greatest victories are often the battles that end without firing a shot. The Arctic remains the world's coldest trophy, but the hunt continues, not with weapons, but with technology, diplomacy, and the understanding that beneath the ice, there are no winners in submarine warfare, only survivors. If you found this analysis compelling, don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth military coverage. Like this video to support the channel and share it so more people can understand the truth behind Arctic submarine warfare. The future of undersea combat has arrived, and it's more dangerous than anyone imagined.